What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the man known as Money, retired legendary iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer, Floyd Mayweather Jr. He retired 50 wins, no losses, no draws, 27 big wins by way of knockout, 5'8", with a 72-inch arm reach, 5-division world champion, Olympian, Floyd Mayweather, turned now founder and promoter of Mayweather Promotions, partners with the PBC Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman. With that said, Floyd Mayweather, he's doing exhibitions. He's on his exhibition kick, where he's making tons and tons of money to do exhibitions, and he has an exhibition coming up March 25th in the UK versus a UFC fighter, Chalmers from the UK. That's this Saturday. So February 25th. This upcoming Saturday, Floyd Mayweather is going to be facing off against Chalmers in the UK. So he did the press conference today, and while he did the press conference today, Floyd Mayweather was asked about his former fighter, undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis, and who holds a record of 28 wins, no loss, and no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis is a former Mayweather Promotions fighter, and he's a fighter that's very exciting. He's broke the gate for fights at the Barclays Center, and he's also broke the gate for fights at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., right? So he's doing big numbers, big things. And he was asked about Olympic bronze medalist, former WBC American heavyweight world champion, superstar boxer, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Okay, Deontay Wilder is a superstar in the heavyweight division. He successfully defended his titles 10 times. Okay, he had 3 iconic fights with Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Superstar. Deontay Wilder has 43 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 42 big wins by way of knockout. Twice in his career he was knocked out. 6'7" with a 83-inch arm reach at 37 years of age, right? Recently, Deontay Wilder stated that he's a free agent, shopping his services, and Gervonta Tank Davis, we know he parted ways with Mayweather Promotions, okay? And so from there, Floyd Mayweather was asked about this, what he thought about them essentially leaving Al Heyman and leaving him and being on his own, right? Because now Gervonta Tank Davis, he's focused on GTD Promotions, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions. He's did a partnership deal with Showtime President Sports Steven Espinosa, and Deontay Wilder is shopping his services. And so Floyd Mayweather says he don't disagree with him. He says that, he laid the blueprint out. Everybody knows his story. He parted ways, and as he parted ways, he said, I paid $750,000 to get out my contract, and I made $750 million in 3 fights. So essentially he's telling you, and he says, I laid the blueprint, is what he stated, right? Which he did, right? And so he's saying that, that fighters should take their careers in their own hands. But when people say these things, it gets misconstrued, especially today's time, and it gets perceived or received as hate, right? If you say a fighter should venture out on his own and seek out the biggest fights and, seek out the best deals, well, then you're hating on a particular network. In this case would be the PBC, right? So if you say, well, fighter A is leaving the PBC, there has to be an issue or a reason, a bad reason, a negative reason why said fighter wants to part ways, right? Well, you have to understand and keep in mind that, everybody, this is a business first, okay? This is a business. That's what this is. And so with that said, right, it's a business. It's an absolute business, right? And so because it's a business, people don't understand that everybody has their best interest first. Self-preservation is the number one rule in life. If you don't self-preserve first, you will fail at this game we call life. Because nobody's going to care for you like you. And so you have to keep in mind when people say these things as if Bob Arum don't have to protect his bottom line and self-preservation for Bob Arum. As if Al Heyman don't have self-preservation for Al Heyman. As if Eddie Hearn don't have. Of course Eddie Hearn has self-preservation. Of course Al Heyman. So Al Heyman has to cover himself and his bottom line and his business as well. But somehow, some way, it gets viewed as if he's not receiving anything, that being Al Heyman. And that he's just giving everything with nothing in return. Nobody gives anything with nothing in return. Al Heyman wouldn't be a businessman in the position he's in if he didn't have self-preservation. And so obviously he has to look out for himself as well. So if he has a stable of 200 fighters and he's responsible for 200 fighters, well, then self-preservation has to kick in because the finger is going to be pointed at him. The blame is going to be pointed at him. And he has all these fighters. So now think about this. I want you to think. If Al Heyman has a stable of 200 fighters, he has to worry about 200 fighters plus himself and his staff. The fighter has to worry about himself and his team, and mainly himself first. He don't have a stable, a network. He don't have those obligations. So, of course, when it comes to matchmaking and fights, Al Heyman has to protect his bottom line first. Just like when it comes to matchmaking and protecting a stable, like Bob Arum in Top Rank, he has to self-preservation. He has to make sure his stable comes first. Now, an individual fighter is going to put himself first, but Bob Arum has to worry about the hundreds of people he have to satisfy in the stable. So with that mindset, if you think about it, of course Al Heyman is going to want to make Keith Thurman Errol Spence over Terrence Crawford Errol Spence. Because Terrence Crawford ain't his fighter. But he has to satisfy Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. And a host of other fighters that will be on the undercard from his stable. Of course, Bob Arum wants to protect his bottom line. When Devin Haney wanted to fight George Kambosos and Lomachenko and wasn't signed to the Top Rank and ESPN, well, you got to sign with us so I can protect my bottom line. Self-preservation. Okay? Bob Arum has to make sure he has enough food line to eat and feed everybody else. Same goes for Eddie Hearn and the stable of fighters in the zone. And Oscar De La Hoya and Virgil Ortiz. When people say, well, Oscar De La Hoya don't want to make the fight with Ryan Garcia and Tank. Well, that's his biggest name fighter under his stable. Self-preservation first. Once you understand that boxing is a business first and self-preservation is the number one priority, then you will understand what's going on. See, I used to be the person man, they ain't making this fight, that fight, until I understand the sport of boxing from a business standpoint. It ain't what you think. It's self-preservation first. And so with that said, Floyd Mayweather said, I laid the blueprint. He didn't disagree. He didn't say they made a mistake. He could have easily said they made a mistake. They should have stayed with the PBC. They should have stayed with me. They should have stayed with Al Heyman. They should have stayed with Showtime, X, Y, and Z. He didn't say that. He said, I laid the blueprint and gave you self-preservation. Self-preservation first. I spent $750,000 to get out to invest in myself. So I spent $750,000 to invest in myself, and I made $750 million from investing in myself, and I laid the blueprint for them. That tells you everything you need to know. He didn't say they made a mistake. Right now, he's getting ready to fight on a network that's not Showtime, that's not PBC, and is not Mayweather Promotions. Self-preservation. He just fought on DAZN in an exhibition bout to get paid. He's not doing these exhibitions just for fun. He's doing it for business and to get paid. Self-preservation. He's not hindering himself and trapping himself into one deal. He did that multiple times. He ate off it, and now he's moving on. Self-preservation. Pay attention. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share your videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.